So apparently Nerdrotic just accused me of content theft because of Otterly Noah. And we have a clip. Let's watch it. All right, so this is from one of his Nerdrotic nooners. He was by himself at this point, and he had been talking about all the drama surrounding Chrissy Mayer and Melanie Mack and the quartering. And then in the chat, someone mentions me. But I went back to look. I couldn't see the person that left it. He says the name here, but he's talking about me. And then, oddly enough, he brings up Otterly Noah. Let's watch the whole segment, and then we're going to talk about it.
Albert, not a retro for 5 Canadian pesos. Somebody put Eric debunks out of our misery, please. Maybe EFAP could do it. It's not anything that's bothering me, but yeah, maybe he'll be on an EFAP. You never know. I think wasn't he involved in the, not negatively, I want to be fair here. Wasn't he involved in the Otterly Noah situation where Otterly Noah was stealing content and not stealing content in the sense that Jeremy from the quartering was stealing content by putting a very short intro on somebody else's short and playing it in its entirety without giving the creator any credit and slapping his his brand on it. Stealing content in the sense of plagiarizing. And it wasn't just any content, it was plagiarizing content that was calling Critical Drinker, yours truly, and as grifters. So to call us grifters, you stole a video, like word for word, edit for edit, or stole the video and just put your own thing on it and made little changes to the words to call us grifters. And got away with it for a long time.
Actually, before we talk about what he said, I want to set this up so you guys understand where I'm coming from in bringing up this clip. A lot of his fans of him, fans of Critical Drinker, fans of outrage content, love to come in my comment section and discuss how tiny and insignificant my channel is. And these guys don't even know who I am, which I know they do. I've been saying for years, they know who I am. Okay, so coming into my comments and going, hey, they don't know who you are. They absolutely know who I am, 100%. So when you come in my comments and you're like, Nerdrotic's never heard of you. Who are you? Your channel's so tiny. You only have X amount of subs. It doesn't matter. He's aware of who I am. He knows me enough to even know people that he wants to associate me with. He knows enough to know that. That's what's crazy about this. Secondly, for somebody who says he doesn't want to be involved in drama, he knows an awful lot about the Otterly Noah situation. Now, I've already talked about that. I made a couple videos about it. And I've said that I denounce it. No one should be false flagging anybody. Nobody should be plagiarizing anybody. I've totally denounced that. And I have almost no association with Noah. I've literally been on one live stream with him. But what he did here was really interesting. He went through and explained in pretty good detail what Otterly Noah has been caught doing, what he admitted to doing. He was caught doing it. He tried to hide it. Then he came out and said he did it. And he's still trying to like rebrand and all this other stuff. Fuck Otterly Noah. Okay. Full stop. What he was doing was scummy, scammy, and grifty. Okay. So fuck Otterly Noah. But he's saying that, and then he's saying, well, I'm not trying to associate Eric negatively, but let me tell you all this stuff about Otterly Noah. When the guy that left the super chat, it was a $5 super chat. The guy who left the $5 super chat didn't even mention Otterly Noah. He didn't even mention him. But somehow, some way, Nerdrotic was like, how can I make Eric look bad by associating him with somebody in the community who I've already denounced? I've made 2 videos about it. I've already talked about it. And this is exactly what I said. Remember in my video, and several people made video responses to my video about it, saying, well, he's making sure that people know that, he doesn't want it affecting the people in his space and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, this is the reason why. You have somebody like Nerdrotic with a very large fucking platform trying to associate me and what I do with somebody I have literally no connection with. The only thing that Noah and I share is that we were in the same community for a blip. He's out now. He's fucking gone. He's rebranding. He's running scared because of all the shit he did. But Nerdrotic thought it was really, really important to make sure that people in his chat knew that Eric Debunks connects with Otterly Noah. That's all he needed to do. He doesn't need to like make a one-to-one direct line together. He just needs to mention me and what Noah did and Noah's name together in the same response. And that's it. That's all he needs. And now he's established that foundation. This is what he's doing. He's trying to make it seem like, oh, plagiarism, all this awful stuff that Noah did. I don't even write scripts for my fucking videos. I barely use, my videos are all commentary. I don't do essay videos. I don't use clips from other people's channels without you knowing who they are. Literally, this is a Nerdrotic Nooner from Nerdrotic. You can go find it on Nerdrotic's channel. It's a clip from a live stream. I'm not using somebody else's footage for anything. I'm not doing any of that stuff. But this is him trying to compare what I do with somebody who not only does completely different content than I do, but I have no association with. This is gross. This is really gross and really obvious to me that Nerdrotic desperately wants people to associate me with somebody that is already on the outs with the community. That's funny. He knows enough about Otterly Noah. He knows who I am. He says, well, he doesn't bother me, but wasn't he associated with this guy that has been exiled from the community? Wasn't he associated with the guy? You know I'm not. You know I'm not, Gary. You know I'm not associated with him at all. And this isn't the first time Gary has responded to me. Matter of fact, I talked about this a while ago over on Twitter. Kurtzman Trek in one picture. This was back in March. I said, their hate for women is pretty funny. Scared dudes that get upset at women in media. Yeah, it's two women in the picture. What else am I supposed to take from that? And then, because he does know me so well, he goes, I verifiably like women more than you. Well, why would he say that? Because he knows I'm a gay guy. He's very aware of my content. And then I said, you're confusing wanting to sleep with women with respecting women. Those aren't the same things, sis. He knows who I am. Nerdrotic has been very aware of me. He doesn't like that I dismantle all of their games. They play games. It's a big game for these guys. It's a system. It's them reading off of this script with the same buzzwords over and over and over again. And I threaten that because I look at it from a logical perspective. It is facts over feelings. I don't give a fuck if you don't like a movie. I don't give a fuck if you don't like XYZ. I want to know that you're telling the truth and you're doing what you're doing in good faith. That's all I care about, because I can't stand fucking liars and I can't stand people that cause material damage to communities. Everything else, I don't give a fuck about. I just don't care. If you don't like Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, I don't give a fuck. However, if you're going to use Starfleet Academy to attack queer people, attack women, attack people of color, then yeah, I got an issue with that. You understand the distinction there? You understand the difference there? And these guys full well know the difference in that. And that is why they feel threatened by me doing what I'm doing. And they're trying to associate me with somebody who is shown to be a piece of shit. I've denounced him. Almost everyone in my community has denounced him. I'm one of the few fucking people in this community who made a video breaking down and dismantling his fake ass apology. And here's Nerdrotic going, hey, Eric Debunks Otterly Noah. Exactly what I said would happen. I said it in my video. I predicted this. I didn't realize it was going to happen so quickly, but anything to deflect from all the infighting going on with these guys. Look over there. Eric Debunks Otterly Noah. Clearly there's drama over there. You guys have a fire in your fucking kitchen and you're talking about some shit going on the corner. How about you really, really hone in on what's happening with you? The fracturing of your community. The fact that right now the quartering, Chrissy Mayer, Hannah Claire, Melanie Mack, all of these people associated with FNT are going to have to make some decisions, some tough decisions. TikTok, Friday is right around the fucking corner. And we're going to have FNT come up. What are you going to do? Is Chrissy Mayer going to be there? At the time of making this video, I don't know. Hannah Claire took a fucking break from the quartering show till at least November. She's never coming back. Hannah Claire is gone. FNT, as you know it, is gone. You got people like John Malin from CG standing up for Chrissy Mayer. Then you got Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers going in on Chrissy Mayer like she committed the worst sin ever. And then there's people out there accusing Chrissy Mayer of flagging clip channels to try and silence people from making clips of her content. You have a 4-alarm fire in your castle right now. And yeah, you might be at the top of that tower, but the foundation, the structure it's in trouble. It is in trouble. So how about you worry about that and worry less about me calling you out on your bad behavior? Because you know what I'm saying about you is true. That's why you do not want to have a direct discussion about me or with me about any of the content you make. You guys are an alt-right pipeline to move people from the fandom space into the Joe Rogan brosphere. That's what you do. And you do it all pretending that you're doing some sort of like culture war thing for your community when all the people that watch you are just people there to bolster your numbers and to add to your own clout farm. That's it. That's all they're doing. None of the people that support you do you actually give a fuck about. And it's never been more obvious than what we're seeing right now with FNT. Let me make this comparison very clear. I was on one stream with Otterly Noah. I barely know him, but Nerdrotic took the chance here to put me and Otterly Noah in the same fucking sentence. While the whole while his closest friends and allies are fighting each other tooth and fucking nail over which one is the bigger piece of shit. Close people that have worked together for years. So I'm not worried about the fact that you think that I have some connection to this guy who is rebranding as we speak right now. Otterly Noah is rebranding. He's not welcome in this community anymore. He already knows that. He understands that. He has accepted that. What you guys have to do is you need to work on your own skeletons in your closet. You need to work on your own people and stop worrying about what I'm doing over here, because I am just fine, Nerdrotic. And all you do when you do stuff like this is prove me right and validate me each and every time. So please mention me again and prove me right. That would be great.